Okay, let's just jump right into this. Hope capturing the curse and everything. Yes. So I found a whole bunch of 4v4s, so I figured we'd be casting them. This is okay. I have to figure out what colors the teams are because I think these are lobby games and not necessarily ranked games. Okay, so it'll be Uzi as a Britain's flank. Then I don't know who this is, but Batitrolo as the yellow Frank's pocket. The Matriarch 1 as a Gujar's pocket, and then MR Jack is an Ethiopian's flank. And it looks like they probably either they are very good random civs or they are picked civs. The other team over here, how do I switch in capture age? Close enough. Sato as the Byzantines flank, Inca pocket from Shulk, Goths pocket from Margugu, and Lithuanian flank from Toin Toin. Don't know who that is either, but we will learn players as we go. I've been wanting to watch some 4v4s because I've been seeing players like do crazy skip the mill 18 pop 2 range archer rushes. And I'm interested if we see some of those today, like this Ethiopian player. Maybe not because they haven't loaded in the second elephant yet. So fairly decent mapped wall here. You just go to the TC there, you go there, and you go around the gold. You just have to play for the berries. You also try to wall there and around the front. That's a bit bigger though. Sato, fairly straightforward. Wall there, and then wall to the TC like that, and you have this area to play in. And you'll get 2 to 3 wood lines. You also try to go to the edge, but that's fairly large. Over here, a bit of an awkward wall around that gold, but you go around the front there, back towards the TC there, and across there if you want to go small potato, but going to woodline in the back, interestingly enough. And then we'll have Uzi walling to the front, and then you wall there, wall across there, and then big wall across the back. That'll be pretty big. That gold's kind of exposed if someone loops around. You could also wall to the edge of the map there, but then nowhere you really can close it off unless you team wall. They could go for a pretty good team wall between red and yellow and wall off over there and there. Anyway, we'll speed this up just a bit. Why is Steam flashing at me? Stop flashing at me. There you go. Oh, there's so much going on. Oh, looks like Jack lost the scout there. And we have a bit of a drush coming in here from Uzi. Good old 2 militia drush.
Mandatum. Greeting.
No taking gold yet, just 4 on the berries now. We'll have 3 on gold for Jack and 3 on the sheep underneath the TC as he goes up. 1 lumber camp. I've been seeing 1 lumber camp a lot too, so what is Jack up on? That's 19 pops, that'd be 20 pop after losing the scout. So Shulk and Sato could jump that bill. They both have scouts there, and Jack has lost the scout already. But they both have full HP. The bill was actually pretty dangerous there. Oh, but we have our first player up. It'll be Gray here, walled out against the drush, and immediately going up for the range. That is an 18 pop up. Looks like I guess the 1 is the scout, so 18 pop and up already with the Lithuanians. Alright, Lithuanians, they start with 150 food. They can do that pretty easily. But immediately for the range. And I don't see any gold being taken. No, this is just going to be pumping out archers with your start. No skirmishers. Alright. So Drush stopping him from taking gold, so he's going to have to go for some skirms. Double Barracks Spearmen from Margugu from the pocket. Okay. Is this the new Goth pocket meta? Immediately a blacksmith that'll be fletching on the skirms. There's an X back there. Hello, Flatch. Welcome to Double Barracks Goth pocket. Making some spearmen. And it looks like Margugu wants to go forward and try to pressure Uzi before these walls go up. The scout will be able to get in there and probably harass that Vil. Not enough HP on it though, really, to stop the wall. Just wants to harass a bit. Might even lose the scout, but will it get the spearmen in? Here come the Vils. And he just gets inside. Loses the scout, but gets in with the spear and the skirms. Probably could have tried to force up a wall with another Vil there. We have Vil on 2 HP, will not escape. And with the skirms here, can be threatening this lumber camp. So very costly not getting the walls up there for Uzi. And well, when I say threatening the lumber camp, these are just skirmishers. They will be doing 1 damage to the villagers. They will slowly but surely keep them idle, so that spears can eventually then do 2 damage per poke. They'll have to run, that'll actually get the spears in. And on the other side, we'll have an actual fight, as we have that camel scout for the Gujars. And the archers try and pick off the spears. Another skirm opening from Sato as the Byzantines on the side. I guess that makes sense as the Byzantines. Wait, is this... Incas? Oh gosh, the Incas are also doing double barracks spearmen. Okay, this is a skirmisher spearman play from the pockets. Alright. Both these teams are going double barracks spearmen. Now that's how you play the pocket. I'm surprised they're so far back, but... Well, I guess if you want to counter scouts from the pocket, you can do spearmen. You see, the problem here is that skirmishers do not actually kill villagers, and neither do spearmen. And this would be stopped were walls up, right? And now the tower will force that away from the gold. But yellow can't engage with those scouts. And this is actually doing a bit of damage back here. Skirms can kind of dive the TC and tank some fire. He kills and you have balls of steel. Yeah, and then we're seeing the TC needs to focus the spearmen and not the skirms. But they're getting right into the back of the back, and they're gonna force some walls up on these lumber camps. The scouts really can't engage the skirms that well with all these spears. And there could be a Vil getting picked there. She's on low HP. And the Vils are gonna run? No, they're gonna fight. What is this? But the Vils are gonna fight the spearmen, and probably do fairly well at that. Yeah, a lot of the spears are getting cleaned up, and the Vils are still decent on HP. Imagine old Incas with their Vils, the extra armor. That Vil needs to run. Oh, no, he dies. And, well, right now, this strategy seems to be working. Yeah, the Vils are going down. And a lot of the skirmishers have been cleaned up, but a lot more being added in. We have more Byzantine skirms and more Inca spearmen. Well, the teams obviously picked civs then, because they seem to have had this plan. What, Red's base, Red not able to wall fully in the back, and still is just, went Castle Age. The great trash wars have begun. Well, what's Red gonna do? Crossbow. Does Red have any archers? He has 2, so crossbows with Bodkin will absolutely wreck feudal skirms, but that's when you have a big enough mass of the crossbows that you can shoot and run away. That's a lot of Lithuanian skirms. Remember, they do move faster too. Oh, that's what Inca, remember, Incas have the extra line of sight on the spearmen as their team bonus now. Oh gosh, that's wonderful. Yeah, look how far they see. It's absolutely wonderful. As Jack is still struggling to deal with this, and finally almost fully getting walls up. Oh, but no, left wide open on the right side. Yellow finally has gotten some good walls around his base. And with a market, we'll be able to see the, or would be able to see this army even if it were not at his walls. His houses are going to be poked, and those are Goth spearmen. Remember, they have 2 damage against buildings. They can actually take out those houses decently quickly. We're going to need some more walls just to keep the Goths out. All right. Well, look at the spearmen. Look at how they wreck those houses. Oh gosh. Goths OP. These are feudal age houses. They even have -1 melee armor. So those spearmen, 3 melee attack, -1 for 4, +2 building attack. That's 6 damage they do per poke. That's pretty good. You gotta do the forging upgrade. And, well, what are the Franks gonna do when they get up to the castle age? I mean, if Margugu gets up, those become pikemen. And that will be a lot of pike. Oh, that will be a lot of pikemen. Oh, gosh. I started this game thinking I wanted to see the new, like, 18 pop up straight range opening, skipping the Dark Age mill from the Franks, but here we get something even more creative. They've gotten into Purple's base here. Oh, the Spearmen are gonna poke the goats out of that Gurjur's mill. And well, here come finally some archers to clean up the spears. Normally, Archer Scout would beat Spearman Skirm, but not in these numbers. Remember, Lithuanians, they get up so fast, they can just pump them out. And yeah, that's what I was expecting now, the Scorpion. Scorpion is kind of the hard counter to the Skirmisher Pikeman meta, but it needs to be repaired. And okay, will be repaired, and also need the Vils in the TC to shoot down the spears. Yeah, now with 2 Scorpions out, this army will be crushed. So nice defense there from red. I mean, from purple. That is definitely not red. And the Skirms will try to run away, as the Spearmen will just go down. But now we have Crossbow killing the Spearmen. And Uzi, by virtue of getting up to the Castle Age, now has a unit that can deal with this. But our other team is clicking up rather soon, and this is 3, now 4 range full Skirms from Toin. But here come the Frankish Knights. Now, Skirms are probably not the unit you want for fighting Frank Knights. Just gotta put that out there. Margugu using the market, but he's up. And that's gonna soon become pikemen. Maybe longswords, maybe huskarls. That's a lot of red there. Crossbows from Uzi. Another barracks. That's gonna be a lot of skirms. And he has to rely on his teammate to defend him with the skirms. There's elite skirm coming in, and those crossbows will soon run into elite skirm. I don't know where they're going though. Not to the crossbows. Now we have counterattacks coming in as some purple scouts from the Gujura's player have come in, but this is just more five Byzantine skirmisher ranges. Oh yes, this is how you play the Byzantines. This is how you play the Byzantines. Oh man, look at all these skirms he's got. He's got 36 skirms, we have 39 pikemen. And what, three scorpions and a mangonel, 11 knights, that's what's out to defend this. Gray, the team does have the score lead now that they're all up to castle, and Gray is trying to defend. Kind of awkwardly needs to engage the knights with skirms, but I mean, there's enough skirms here that the crossbows just have to try to dance. Ballistics coming in. Once ballistics comes in, those skirms will be deadly against the crossbows. It just needs to make sure that the pikemen are fighting the knights, and that the skirms are fighting the crossbows. And with these numbers, they'll win. And crossbows, they can deal with the feudal age skirms very well, but not with these castle age elite skirmishers, and especially not the Lithuanian ones that are so much faster than the crossbows. Knights are trying to take them out as the crossbows pick off the pikes, and eventually this army will win. These units are just overall better. But that's 3 barracks from Margugu, no extra TCs being added in. And skirms are numerous enough to take out the scorpions. And I mean, could the skirm actually be an answer to the Shravamstrider? Because it'll dodge their projectiles, but it's dodging projectiles that don't do damage anyway. That's just wasting a dodge. Is that how you fight these guys? Skirms in front, archers in back, and then you skirm them, and then you expo them? Anyway, here come more scorpions. And these are Inca pikemen, so not as effective at taking out the buildings as the Goths, even though they have 3 building damage. Is that arson, maybe? Now that they're in the Castle Age? Anyway, this is an exposed TC, but exposed to pikemen and skirmishers. I'm more worried about Gray up here, who seems to be struggling against these knights and crossbows. Remember, this is Frank Knights and Britain crossbows. You know, he's trying to run Vils, but he's gonna run into a lion. Oh, those Vils will die. Margugu has added in the second TC, as has Shulk. Everyone here is up to castle low and is making their castle units. And with 4 scorpions, 5 scorpions even, the matriarch will be able to push this away. I just need Vils to repair. And let's take the scorpion out. Man, scorpions are OP here. And we'll have another engagement at the north, as the knights won't be able to engage with all those pikemen. That line wants to get involved too. And the skirmishers can just chase the crossbows a bit. As the, looks like the Scorps have cleaned up the pikemen, and now the Shravamsh riders can attempt to pathfind to attack the skirmishers. So we gotta bring some out here. Oh, here comes the mangonel. We could get a nice mangonel shot. Oh, Sato's trying to split. Yeah, I think he mangonelled the Shravamsh rider there. Needs to get on the hill and get a juicy shot. Ooh, not quite, but here come the scorpions. Ooh, nope, the split. Get some there. Another split. And the skirmishers might be numerous enough to take out the mangonel. They split there. As the scorpions will deal with the pikes, but the Shravamsh riders go down. As does the mangonel. The second mangonel. Let's see, some Expo running around the back of the back, but they're chased by skirms, and another lion getting involved. Despite Arabia having fewer lions now than it used to, it still apparently has a lot of them. Have some pikes just chilling out here. That's a lot of pikes just chilling out there. 24 pikes. Don't really want to run into those 12 crossbows, though. And still, these are so many skirms from Sato. Is that 74 skirms? Oh gosh, that is a lot of skirms. Now Jack's trying to mangonel crossbow the skirms away with some scorpion support, but this is a lot of skirmishers. Oh wow. So we'll have 51 skirms here. I think 51 skirms can deal with the mangonel as long as we have a bit of micro. There's one mangonel going down, some splits coming in. And it's another mangonel down. No more delete bug, so it doesn't get any kills there. The crossbows have to run. We see Margugu Xing across the front of the map. Scores are still dead even. And remember, the Gujars don't have access to the Night Line. They have great camels, but camels won't have an attack bonus against Pikeman Skirmisher. I wonder if they can get to the Chakram Thrower eventually. As the pikes will still be poking the Shravamsh riders, a lot of them going down, the Scorpion numbers are down, and there's that castle. That castle will go up and stop this, but the skirms could deny the castle. Looks like all the colors in the other bases have been cleaned up, and this team starting to take a bit of a score lead and maybe gain some momentum here. But can the skirms deny this castle? If they can, then they'll probably clean up this Gujaris player. There's a lot more villagers purple could send to build it, and I think it will eventually go up, as the skirms are being forced back just a bit, but still, even more Shravamsh riders going down. If you look at Sato's score and his Vil count, so purple actually is the most boomy of all players, and gray is the lowest of villagers. Also getting some scorpions out. Yellow getting scorpions out. It is a full scorpion party now. But red is up to imp. Uzi is clicked up. And wants to turn those crossbows into Britain Arbs. Now, Britain Arbs will be hard to deal with. They can get their Arb, chemistry, bracer upgrades, and then do a decent job of killing the Castle Age skirms. The skirms will have to wait for their imp armor upgrade really to be able to engage. And here comes some more Shravamshriders. They want to clean this up, but the skirms, they don't care about that TC fire. They're just gonna stand right underneath it. I'll just stand right underneath it and kill villagers. And Jack, look at that score. Jack is dying. This team's really gonna have to rely upon Uzi. It looks like Jack never quite able to get the full walls up that he would have wanted. And Sato just, the skirms come marching into this base and cleaning everything. And now it's Uzi's turn. He's 5 seconds away from Imp. He wants that extra range on the crossbow when he gets Imp. And now he's gonna have to queue Bracer and Arbalest and Chemistry. Honestly, he doesn't quite have the resources for it though. And he needs to kill these faster moving skirms that can just continue catching up to his crossbows. And oh, Sato has skirms over here too. Sato still up at 67 skirms. And picking off the pikemen. Now Sato's skirms won't be able to chase as effectively, and now with the extra attack from Bracer, the crossbows will be a bit better. But Uzi, he was Imp. He was the one who's supposed to carry. He has to retreat to these Knights. Alright, Knights and Scorpions should help out against skirmishers. Matriarch buying food. Now has the top score on this team. What are we gonna see though? Elite Shravamshriders, I guess? I don't know, as this huge blob of trash units is just marching and marching across the map. Sato now on 6 ranges, trying to quick wall out some Shravamshriders that are raiding him. I might actually trap them. Doesn't have the wall there, but behind the TC, the pikemen will lurk and get a few pokes in. Not quite the trap we might have wanted. Wants the gate, but won't quite get it in time. They'll run around, but not much to hit as we have 4 TCs from both of the pockets. And Jack continues to die, and Uzi looks like has stabilized just a bit, but still is on crossbow. Only 13 of them, doesn't have Arbs. Frank's player is up to Imp. So we do have at least Franks and Gujars are up to Imp. But so is Sato. These Byzantine skirms are about to get Bracer and Chemistry. There's Bracer on the way. And Skirmishers and Pikemen going to take out the TC. As, let's look at the numbers. 77 skirms, 69. Nice number of pikemen there. 55 and 29 on the other side. And that TC just went down to skirmishers and pikemen. You have a few skirms in these ranges, but that won't be enough. Alright, this is amazing. Now here comes the forward castle from Toin Toin. Trying to castle that gold from Uzi. Uzi still 15 crossbow, no arbalest, and wants to deny this castle. That could be a doubt castle. The pikemen there are going to try to provide some cover for the vills. Could even get some pokes in on the crossbows there. Actually, with those skirms, there aren't enough crossbows really to fight that off. I know that they're Britons and they have Bracer and they have a lot of range, but they still gotta play the dance with the faster moving Lithuanian skirms. Oh, it looks like the opposite pocket is sending pikemen to raid your base. That's never a good feeling. And Shulk trying to use the market to balance out that eco. The skirms still just trying to get in on the crossbows. We need to see arbalest. We need to see chemistry. Still stuck only on that 5+3. Much better than the one attack they'd have against skirms. They now have 2. But that's a forward castle, and that's more of this base getting denied. That's 2 TCs getting denied by that castle. And a lot of farms as well. Really gonna have to rely upon this Frank player. Cavalier is coming in. 125 vills, so there is an economy reinforced stables, and oh, looks like we might just see some halbs. I mean, honestly, throwing axemen maybe are a counter to all the pikemen skirm units. Throwing axemen checkroom throwers. Well, I guess you're gonna need more than a castle being taken out by pikemen and skirms if you're gonna make the checkroom throwers. I think you need murder holes actually here so you can shoot at the pikemen. As green is up as well. Those scores still relatively close. I want to see some of those checkroom throwers. And honestly, some axemen. That's a lot of barracks. Nothing being queued though. Just oh, two-handed swordsmen. We're gonna see Frankish champions. Oh, okay. I think axemen might have been the better choice, but we're gonna see champions from the pocket, and we'll see a forward castle here. As Uzi still has this massive crossbows that he just does not have the resources to upgrade. Look at all of these farms he's lost. Meanwhile, our trash unit team has had relatively safe ecos. Maybe a couple cavalry units running in here and there, but other than that, they've been, well, as I say that, yellow actually finally gets a good rating on green. But it's not like he won't have enough barracks at home to make pikemen to stop this. Already the cavaliers are being swarmed. As long as he doesn't lose too many villas, he can just send them right back to the farms. And there the cavaliers are being forced away. So another big fight here as we now have Goth halbs from Margugu, and Margugu has entered the period of the game where he actually wants to be. And this is where I think you really need the axemen and not the champion switch, because Goths can probably outspam the Franks in terms of champion numbers. And that castle does go up. And this trash army will have to run away for now. But it looks like green and blue still making progress down here. Jack is very dead, down to 42 population, only a few skirms as military. And a couple just skirms scattered about the eco would stop him from rebooming. And oh, there is Onager though. Can we get some nice Onager shots from purple? Yellow still doing some raids, but we now have halb out in defense. And where are those purple onagers there? Ooh, can they get a nice shot on the halbs under the TC? Onagers would damage the TC if they do that though. Oh, the halbs survive that. The TC is losing a lot of HP from the onagers. This is what the campaign speedrun strategy of have your AIs mangonel or onager their own TCs. There's still more X's from Sato as the Hussars are trying to do some raiding. Sato is calling for some backup in terms of halbs, and it's going to add in more archery ranges. There's another 7 forward ranges around that castle. As look at this, this is how you play the Goths. Look at this. Oh, they call him the GG. Uzi's out. He's tapping out. He doesn't want to deal with this anymore. The scores have started flipping significantly. That's another castle that is being, oh, that's a yellow castle. It's being denied by gray. And there's the GG. Purple and yellow don't want to resign. But, okay. The double barracks spearmen rush from the pocket, combined with the skirms, 384 halbs, taking advantage of the new Inca's team bonus for extra line of sight on the spearman line. And this team was just not prepared for it. They were not prepared for that level of trash spam. Wow, and this was barracks being built at home. Imagine maybe if those barracks were forward and they were just walled at home to stop scouts. Even when these players got up to the castle age, they never had the numbers they needed to overcome the trash spam. And wow, let's look at some stats there. Military Uzi had a great KD, but just wasn't enough as the Goths can just spam, 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 spam. Like, everyone on this team had a negative KD, and yet somehow they were always taking better fights. I guess I should turn the scoreboard off. I always notice that right at the end. Disable scoreboard. There we are. Look at that eco. Even purple with that great eco. Same with yellow, only Margugu getting lots of wood for the other team. I mean, decent castle time after a 2 militia drush under all that pressure, but couldn't really do much with it. They did pressure Grey quite a bit. But Orange really did die to Sato. Orange, like, despite dying, Orange still had a positive KD. Oh, man, that was... I always love seeing some good Byzantine scores. Let's just take a look at that graph there.